Look at this extension up into the sky. So now I'm going to play for you one of my favorite plays of the night. Welcome, Fever fans, to the good, the bad, and the delirious. I'm your host, Paddocast. It sure is fun to witness history every night. Clark gets her second triple-double and breaks more records. Odyssey Sims proves to be the most valuable free agent this season. And Aaliyah Boston is back. You know what it is.
Bow, 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 bow.
Hey, you. I'm a brand new channel, so if you enjoy my content, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of September, and it's been a blast engaging with all of you in the comments. Your support is greatly appreciated. Now back to it. First off, we only give our opponents props here on the GBD, so let's talk about the big difference makers for the Sparks. While the Sparks have secured their last place finish for the season, they're still one of those teams that will come out of nowhere and hang 90 plus points on you. While fortunately for the Fever, Rakia Jackson had an off night, this team is full of hidden gems and players that will come off the bench and fry you. How Odyssey Sims has been left to float around the league, I have no idea. She had 20 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, leading the charge for the Sparks and proving she is worth every penny and should be rostered somewhere, and the Sparks are lucky to have her. Azure Stevens was an early and often presence from the three-point line, going 13 points, 11 rebounds, 1 steal, and a block, shooting 50% from 3. Last but not least, Darica Hamby is always consistent presence, putting up 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals, but it wasn't enough to hold off the clutch Fever. The Fever were neck and neck with the Sparks, but secured their 7th win, tying the Lynx with the most wins since the Olympic break. They dominated on points in the paint and second chance points and were carried by none other than Caitlin Clark with her second triple-double of the season, then tied Breanna Stewart with 12 25-5 games, the most for any player in a single season. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, and 7 turnovers, but we'll get into those later. She struggled a little early, but brought the Fever home in the most Caitlin Clark of ways. AB is back, baby. She feasted in the post tonight, shooting over 60% from the field. She ended with 24 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Other shoutouts tonight go to Kelsey Mitchell, of course, consistent early, but was shaky tonight down the stretch. She had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, unfortunately dropping her 20-point game streak tonight. Nalissa Smith had another good night with 13 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and 3 blocks, some of which were emphatic. I love to see her make a difference on the defensive side. That's a place where she struggled, and she's at least having moments where huge impact. Love to see it. Last but not least, Lexi didn't hit a 3 tonight, but her hustle near the end of the game was game winning, and just the threat of her shooting threes definitely warped the defense tonight. And of course, it wouldn't be a Fever game without some jaw-dropping highlights. I'm gonna walk you through some of my favorites right now. So now I'm gonna play for you one of my favorite plays of the night, something that was a wrinkle on what the Fever normally do, led to one of the best highlights, and had the Sparks heads spinning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Lexi Hall coming down here to the corner, Kelsey Mitchell coming down to the corner, and Aaliyah Boston looking like she's going to do her typical action to come up here and set a high screen for Caitlin Clark. And the Sparks on this play, note, are primed for a trap. So let's see how this plays out. So Aaliyah Boston, we can see right now that what she's actually doing is she's signaling for this kind of wheel route. So she's going to come down here and replace Dantos, and Dantos is actually going to come up here and set the screen for Caitlin Clark. Let's move it forward. So we're going to see the action now. Dantas comes up for the screen. Kelsey Mitchell's coming over here for a screen for Aaliyah Boston. This player's not even looking. She's looking at the ball, so she doesn't know that this screen is coming in. She's completely blind to it. And this player over here has to stay on Lexi Hall because she's 60% from 3, and you can't leave her alone. And so now the trap comes in. Caitlin Clark gets trapped in the corner, but this is pretty much already over. As you can see, Aaliyah Boston has the seal, and Clark's just gonna huck it in for a beautiful 2-point finish. Absolutely beautiful. All right, we have another one for you, and this might be the play of the freaking game. This one had me jumping and screaming and hollering. So what's gonna happen here is AB is going to get a rebound here off of, I believe, free throws. And so she has the ball down low. Wheeler is going to come up and then do the hardest cut of her life back out here to this corner. Why? Because guess who's up here? One Caitlin Clark, and none of these Sparks players are guarding her. So let's see how this unfolds. So Leah Boston finds her. There's the pump fake. Look at this extension. Look at this extension up into the sky. Clark, there's no feet. Clark has her at her whim, and then she's just gonna go to work. Here we go. Drives, goes over behind the back to Leah Boston, out into the corner to Wheeler, and nothing but net. The most beautiful sequence of the Fever tonight. Holy heck, I was going nuts. This unfortunately is another deja vu episode. The Fever still struggle with turnovers, and they almost put up 20 turnovers yet again, 19 on the night. What's frustrating is some are the cost of playing fast, and others are just unnecessary. Here, I'm gonna walk you through the worst of the worst. All right, kicking off, I don't know where the effort goes on this one because Kelsey Mitchell or Clark should have had the ball here. Now we're going to go to Kelsey Mitchell and Clark. Just no communication. Doesn't even see it go overhead. Clark going to try to feed in here. Kelsey Mitchell is going to lose the ball here in the scrum. Melissa's on the floor. It's no good. Donat's just going to lose the ball in the face. Going to throw some balls off some feet from Melissa Smith. And now Odyssey Sims going to pickpocket Clark and take her to the hole with the and one. Again, there are moments where we have end of quarter possessions and we don't get a good look. I get it's a scramble, but if the ball ends up in Caitlin Clark or Kelsey Mitchell's hands, just force it and put in the shot instead of giving it off to someone else that then has to scramble as well. We trust you to shoot the ball, would make the big time shots. Just do it. Now for the Delirious, I feel like I need to make this a regular segment at this point, but man, the phantom fouls do hit different. I'm going to walk you through some of the best ones. All right, kicking it off. This call is about as phantom as it gets. I half expect the ref to be wearing a mask by the end of this. Here's another angle so you can see that there really was no real contact there. Next one, this is going to be Clark with the backcourt, but as you can see, the Sparks player clearly knocks it out of Clark's hands on the backside, and that's why Clark goes backcourt with it. This one, Aaliyah Boston's working in. You can see the Sparks player literally just charging and bumping, and eventually decides now's the time to flop, and they get the offensive call on Aaliyah Boston, as is tradition for every game the Fever play. And here, just to show that I'm not biased, Lexi Hall, I'm pretty 90% sure she knocks this out of bounds. Even though the ref is standing right there, they give it to the Fever. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below on what your favorite moment from the Fever Sparks game was. Maybe something I missed. And remember, you're going to do amazing today because you are amazing. Catch you next episode.